When's the last time you saw a werewolf? They're in the woods. They're always in the woods. Whenever someone becomes a werewolf, they get the curse, they go up into the woods, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna live in a cabin, far away, secluded. So unless you're walking through the woods, werewolves really aren't that scary. And even if they do scratch you or bite you, most of the time you come back to life and then you're a werewolf and it makes you safer. Fear is an interesting subject. It is one of the few experiences that all human beings on the planet share, and it is something that I have a lot of experience with and a lot of opinions about. You see, I've developed a moral code, a sort of list of rules that decide what I'm afraid of and what I'm not. I'm only afraid of things that I cannot punch. Now let's go over this list more, right? We've got things to be afraid of, AF, and things not to be afraid of, because you can't punch them, right? We'll divide that list right down the middle. Can you even see that? Is that on camera for you? We got right. So we'll start at the top of the food chain. We got bears, right? Can you punch a bear? Physically, yes. Bears are not scary because you can punch them. But then look into it more. Look deeper. This is where we're splitting hairs, right? So a bear, you can punch it. You can lay hands on it. But the odds of you being strong enough to punch a bear and for it to actually do anything or feel it or slow it down in any way are absolutely minuscule. You would have to be one of the strongest human beings on the planet to punch a bear and for it to actually hurt. So here we go. Bears are scary. And now let's go down the food chain a little bit. We got wolves, we got coyotes, right? Wolves and coyotes are big dogs, pretty much. Big dogs, you know, they go up to about here on a human like me. You could punch a wolf, you could definitely punch a wolf, and you could fight a wolf. You know, the odds of being able to fight a wolf or a coyote, pretty good. So, we're gonna put wolves and coyotes, call them big dog. Wolves and coyotes, not scary. So let's go down the food chain even more. We got rats and mice. Rats and mice, are they scary? Can you punch them? Sort of. You can punch them. You can physically lay hands on a rat. Mice are too small, they're too fast, but you see, rats have collapsible spines. They got bones that move around, right? So if you punch them, it's not gonna do anything. It's just gonna make them madder. They're gonna come at you, they're gonna fight you. So rats and mice, scary. Go down the food chain even more. Let's see. Let's see hornets, bees, and wasps. Can you punch them? No, they're too fast. You can't punch them. And even if you do, even if you land a hit, they move around it or, you know, they just get hit, they'll fall to the ground, they'll keep attacking you. They might sting you mid-punch. You don't know. They'll keep coming at you. They'll go back, wasps and hornets, they'll go back to their nests, they'll get their friends, they'll come get you. And some of them, there are some smart hornets that will wait outside your house for days just waiting to sting you. So bees, hornets, and wasps, scary. We'll call it bees. Let's go down the food chain even more. We got lice, we got, I don't know, little tiny bugs. Like the ones that don't bite. You know, this is another thing. If it doesn't cause direct harm to you, it also can't be scary. Because like the thing about it being scary is that it has to be able to provide you physical harm, which, you know, a ladybug can't provide you physical harm. A moth can't provide you physical harm. But, you know, a lice can, you know, be itchy, it can cause little bumps all over you. So lice, they're a bit scary, and you can't punch it at all. Nice. Now let's move back up the food chain to humans, right? We got humans. We got different types of humans, right? So we got like short people. Now, there are different kinds of short people, right? You can punch them. You can punch basically all of them. And it's illegal, but it's, you know, possible to defend yourself from a short person. So, short people, not scary. And then we got tall people, people who are taller than me, people who are taller than you, right? Can you defend them? Can you defend yourself from them? No. They're stronger than you, they're bigger than you, they got more reach than you, it is hard to fight them. So a big person is scary. But negating that, Mike Tyson is shorter than me. So, if they're a trained fighter, a short person can be scary under the right circumstances. You don't want to mess around with Mike Tyson. So we're going to put professional fighters. let's go a little bit off the food chain to something that humans create. Not even a living being. Let's go fire. Fire, the elements there. There's earth, fire, water, air. Air can be poisonous. It can have poison in it. But air in its natural state isn't scary. It's only when you get into gases contained in things. And that's where it bridges into fire, right? If it's a flammable gas in there, it can be scary to be next to it. So we got canisters of flammable gas. FL gas. So air can be scary under the right circumstances, but fire is always scary. You cannot punch it. You cannot punch fire. Your hand goes right through it, it does nothing. So fire is scary. Now water, when you're in the shallows, it isn't dangerous. It's only dangerous if you step on a sea urchin or something. It's only once it gets deep and there's so much of it that it overwhelms you. So big water is scary, but small water is not. SMWAT-BGWAT. See, there's more things that are scary than there are not scary. But we can go deeper. We got elements. What other elements are there? There's lightning, plasma. Is lightning scary? Lightning is not scary. You cannot punch it. And it can't harm you though. Because lightning, the moment it touches you, you're already dead. It cannot inflict pain. It can only inflict death. Lightning is not scary. Let's go back to humans. There's all sorts of different occupations, right? There's pro fighters, I mentioned before. Pro fighters, you cannot punch them because they will punch you back. But there are laws that forbid you from punching certain people, like police. Are police scary? There are people that would say they aren't. There are people that would say they are very scary. But the fact is, you cannot punch a police officer. You will go to jail for 6 years. So police are scary. Then we got firefighters and ambulance drivers, right? Emergency service people that you can punch, but why would you? They're trying to save your life. So, they're not dangerous, and they can be punched. So firefighters and ambulance drivers will go FF and AD. Not scary. Yeah, and then we got clowns. And this depends on what kind of clown you got. Because there's human clowns, and then there's scary clowns, murderer clowns, and demon clowns. And, depending on which kind it can, clowns can be in any place up here, They can be all sorts of things. But an ordinary, normal clown, they're there to bring pleasure to a bunch of people. They're there to make jokes. They're there to, make balloon animals. Clowns, the majority of the time, when they're not demonic, are not scary. So let's keep going down this avenue. Let's talk about demons. Let's talk about ghosts. Demons and ghosts, you cannot punch them. They exist in a different realm, in a different plane, beyond what a human can touch and punch. So demons and ghosts are scary. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong side. Demons, and then, right, we go into more supernatural creatures. We got witches. I met witches. Witches aren't as scary as people made them out to be back in the 50s. Witches are actually just peace-loving people, most of them lesbians, honest, good people that just want to use magic to better themselves, better their lives, and most of the time they're better to shape, and you can definitely punch a witch. She might curse you, but you can definitely get that punch off. You can definitely get away with it. Witches can't cast lightning out of their fingers in real life, so witches are not scary. Let's go in. Let's go Frankensteins, right? Are Frankensteins even real? Have you ever seen a Frankenstein in real life? Never. I've never seen a collection of pieces of dead bodies assembled together into a living being. They're not real. They cannot provide you any danger. So, Frankensteins are not scary. I'll just put Franken. Let's take it to them. So let's go in supernatural creatures, right? Werewolves. Werewolves. When's the last time you saw a werewolf? They're in the woods. They're always in the woods. Whenever someone becomes a werewolf, they get the curse, they go up into the woods, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna live in a cabin, far away, secluded. So unless you're walking through the woods, werewolves really aren't that scary. And even if they do scratch you or bite you, most of the time you come back to life and then you're a werewolf and it makes you safer. Werewolves are not scary. Put WW. Then we got mummies. If you've ever seen a mummy, they're actually really scary because they cause physical violence at will, and no matter how many times you punch them, they keep coming at you. Mummies are scary. But, now let's go, let's go back into something normal, right? Is there something that's like normal? Oh, right. People, just ordinary people, your friends and family, with, an object. Chainsaws, knives, just anything random that could be holding in their hand, right? Can a person you love and care for be scary? Under the right circumstances, yes. There's such a thing as intrusive thoughts or random desires that just come into your head and all of a sudden you make that decision, right? And when do you know that that person is going to make that decision? So random people holding dangerous objects can be scary. Loved. Also, because they are people you love, you can't punch them out of your own moral ideas, right? It is impossible to punch them, and that can provide you danger. Loved ones are scary. So, that's as many things as I can think of. Can they be scary or not? Obesity. Obesity is scary. It changes your body, and it's based on your own decisions. You can't punch the fat off your body, right? So, what are you gonna do? Obesity is scary. All right, that's as many as I can think of. That's what fear is, baby.